talk about how to choose the right plan for you. We've established how you qualify for your A and your B. Let's talk about what they cover. So Medicare Part A covers your inpatient hospital. There's a deductible of $1,408 on Medicare Part A. Medicare Part B is your outpatient or your doctor office visits. The deductible on that is $198. In addition to the deductible, you have to pay 20% of the Medicare costs. So when Medicare pays $80, you pay $20. You notice what this doesn't include is your prescription drugs, and it also doesn't have an out-of-pocket maximum. So your expenses are not capped, okay? So there are some major gaps here. So to keep things constant, let's assume that you're right in the middle as far as income goes. So if your income is not substantially low or substantially high, you would be paying $144.60 per month for your Medicare Part B plan. So let's see what you add to those A and the B and compare them. Really, the only choice you need to make is deciding what you need to protect. And I tell people, insurance, you're supposed to protect what you can't afford to lose. And you have to decide how much of the risk you're willing to take and how much you want to transfer to an insurance company. And if you understand those two things, everything else will fall into place. So let's take a look at the only major choice I'm going to make you make. And if you tell me which philosophy you prefer, it makes my job simple. Original Medicare, if you add a supplement to it, the benefit to doing this way is if the doctor takes Medicare, your supplement is in network. You don't have to worry about looking up doctors and hospitals. So you can go to any doctor in the country that takes Medicare and have your supplement cover you. The plan I'm going to use for this comparison right now is Medicare Plan G, and I'll get into that later on in the presentation. So Medicare Supplement Plan G covers everything Medicare does. It does not cover the Part B deductible of $198. Above and beyond that, all your other Medicare expenses are covered at 100%. If you have Medicare Supplement Plan G, and the national average for the Plan G, so the positive is no networks and very low out-of-pocket expenses if you have a bad medical year. The negative is you have to pay an associated premium for this. The national average Plan G is $180 per month per person. Now, in addition to that, you also have to add a prescription drug plan. And we're going to get into a whole section on prescription drugs, how they work, but for this purpose, understand that the national average for that is $35, and they range anywhere from $15 up to $100, depending on the drugs you take. On this side of the page, you have to budget $215 per month in addition to what you paid for Medicare Part B. So let's talk about the other side. Medicare Part C plans are underwritten by an insurance company, and they typically fall into one of two categories, an HMO or a PPO. And there's a whole section on Medicare Advantage, but we'll get into those as well. They bundle all your A and your B services at minimal A and B cover, and also most of them include your prescription drug plan, and a lot of them include extra benefits that aren't typically covered under Medicare. So the positives of these are low premiums, typically, much lower than the supplement side. And also the extra benefits such as dental, hearing, vision, over-the-counter supplies, and the list goes on. The negative, though, is networks. An HMO, you're required to go to network doctor. A PPO, your preferred provider organization. So you pay lower costs if you go to network provider and higher if you go to a network. The other negative is co-pays. You pay as you go. So let's take a look and compare the two sides. On the supplement side, you start the year at $215 per month times 12 months is roughly $2,500 in premiums. On the Advantage side, you start the year at $0. If you start adding up your co-pays, your 10s, your 15s, your 20s, your 50s, your 200s, you have to take a look at your typical year. How many times do you see the doctor? What are my typical co-pays going to be? And also take a look at your worst year. What about your hospitalizations or your rehabs or your skilled nursing? Will your $0 approach the $2,500? Go past it. And if it does go past it, how much past it? You do have the peace of mind that on the Advantage side, you do have an out-of-pocket maximum. So if you go well past the $2,500, your expenses are capped. So just to summarize the two differences: supplements, no networks, high premiums, low out-of-pocket costs for if you have a catastrophic year. Advantage side, you have to deal with networks, but you do have some extra benefits. So say if you need a hearing aid, it might be covered for a copay. Positive is you start the year at zero. You take control of your medical costs, so you pay as you go. And if you have a relatively healthy year, you might pay very little in your copays and save yourself a couple $1,000s while adding some extra benefits. So if you understand this concept, you have the education to understand which plan you prefer, which philosophy you prefer, and it makes our job easy. You tell us, I like the Advantage side. It'll help us shop for you a Advantage plan that will cover your doctors, cover your prescription drugs, keep everything in network, give the extra benefits you prefer. Or if you say, I want to have the peace of mind to be able to go to any doctor anywhere and not care what it costs, what tests are done, and I want to be able to walk out of there with a bill for zero, then the supplement side is for you.